Hello everyone, welcome to day 16 of Strange Antiquities. This is my first playthrough for the Visual Novel Backlog, and although I had previously said I might do some more organizing, I didn't because I'm really eager to get to our first ending. So I'm going to just dive straight in to this clear Friday morning. Someone very dear to me has fallen ill. I would like a nephroquant. Do not be concerned, dear. I have used one before and know what I am doing. Okay, so there must be something not great about this. These were once worn by the necromancers of the Five Knolls, who used them in their rituals of resurrection. Their power became bound to them such that if they were to remove them, even after death, the nephroquant would crumble to dust. Today their power is much diminished, but they can be used to draw out infections. However, they will cause Braxis if held against bare skin for long periods. Okay, let's take a look at Braxis. So the Elva Stone also mentions Braxis. Relieve discomforts by otherwise incurable ailments. Planetary metal used in these items is associated with the Selenic discipline, a connection that is reflected in their design. Okay, not necessarily helpful to us. Once worn by necromancers of the Five Knolls. I wonder if maybe we can find the Five Knolls in the index. No. What about necromancer? No, not that either. Okay. Ritual of Resurrection. Okay, this is the only thing that mentions resurrection as well, according to the index. Much diminished use, however, they will cause Braxis if held against bare skin. So this would be something you would hold against bare skin to draw the infection out. Okay. So we have this. It is bronze and dark green. Let's check what that gemstone is. Malachite. That's a stone of sight, so I'm not sure that's going to be it. This is hypnosis, paralysis. Gives me goosebumps. This is Selenic in its design. So this is a symbol for death. That's a symbol for rebirth. I forget, was this referring to rebirth? They're rituals of resurrection. So it would be like this swirly doodad. Here we have kind of like not quite an Ouroboros. I mean, it's not eating its tail. And we have a black stone. Fire and Fury. We have a lot of snake imagery things that are still hanging around here. Oh, isn't this the swirly thingy? Maybe it's this. Yes. Nephroquant. And this isn't necessarily something you want to mess with. Please do pay us a visit. We have some items that we're confident will be of interest to you. Twinings, artisans of wood, iron, and clay. Okay. Oh yeah, and I didn't even explore. Okay, let's take a peek. Okay, let's try Twinings first. It is number 15. The man who dropped off his card introduced himself as the owner of Twinings, an unusual sprawling series of grotto-like rooms filled with handcrafted carpentry, ironmongery, and pottery. He leads me past wooden chairs and strange iron contraptions to a room unlike the others. This one is filled with small trinkets, ornaments, and jars of various sizes containing ominous-looking liquids and organic materials. I know it might not look like much, but there are some items of value among the junk here, says the man. Take your time and let me know if you find anything interesting. 2 hours later, I have indeed unearthed something very interesting that I'm keen to take back to the shop for further investigation. Oh, those are not nice gems. Okay, let's hang this up. I'm leaving the Twinings with my haul when a man shouts at me from across the street. As I look round annoyed, I notice to my horror that the man's eyes are as black as coal. He rushes towards me and I stumble backwards, fumbling with the strap of my satchel as I try to grab an item to stop him. Okay, before we do that, let's find out what kind of thaumic energy this has. Yeah, I mean, should be no surprise. I believe that's Noctic. What I don't remember is which symbol is Noctic. Let me grab my book. Okay, there we go. It is this one, I believe. Okay, and have we already found a Wixic cord? I'm guessing yes. No, okay. Despite the name, these simple-looking items do not produce a Wixic field. They belong to the diurnal branch. They cause a freezing effect in the body, earning them the nickname Medusa Stones. Fortunately, this effect is not permanent. Okay, so diurnic is going to have also the diamond plus a big circle at the top, and its energy is just the 2 circles. So we're looking for something with diurnic energy that has not been labeled yet. That's Noctic. Okay. Cause a freezing effect in the body, earning them the nickname Medusa Stones. Hard and cool. The top is warm though. I wonder if that symbol means anything. Like if it refers to ice or cold. Not that I can see. But it's not impossible. This one is also possible. This is hard and cool. And what does this turquoise refer to? Or aquamarine, a stone of water. Doesn't look like the other blue. I'm gonna guess the Wixit chord is this. Oh, let's check its energy, actually. Well, I mean, no, its energy is that. That's why I labeled them. Okay, it's not that. It could be this, but I'm gonna keep looking before I guess another thing. And that is correct, right? Yeah, those are the same. I don't know that I have another thing. Well, this, does this have a cool sensation? Feels unusual, not hot exactly, but energetic somehow. A hum coming from it. Can't quite put my finger on it. Nope. Okay. If it's not this, I will take a hint. Okay. Oh, wait, actually. Okay, no, I do get one more try. I think I might need to look for a suitable symbol or perhaps a gemstone. I don't think there was a gemstone for cold. Unless I'm thinking in the wrong direction. And cause a freezing effect in the body, earning them the nickname Medusa stones. Yeah, we're just trying to freeze him in place, I think. So not this one. Ice has this symbol. Cold has the triangle one. I think that's the wrong symbol for what I'm looking for. Yeah, it's Noctic. That is the symbol for cold. And heat. Actually, it's both. Let me double check this one. No, that's definitely not diurnic. I can put this back up here. And this is also different. Because that is Wixic. The thing is, I don't even have that many that are diurnic. Was that the only one left? Wait, no, that wasn't diurnic. Okay. Maybe I don't have what I need? A symbol of paralysis. Okay. I do have paralysis. That's not... That's Noctic, though. That's not diurnic. They belong to the diurnal branch. Okay. I missed that. I should have been paying more close attention. Now I know better. Okay, so this is a Wixic chord. To my relief, the man goes rigid almost immediately and topples forward onto the cobblestones. I turn and run, wanting to put as much distance as possible between myself and that creature. When I finally come to my senses, I realize I should alert Dr. Robertson. But by the time I return to the Twinings, the man is nowhere to be seen. All right. Wixic chord. Excuse me. Oh, you're back! Something bad is about to happen. The ravens know it. My grandfather once taught me how to use a Cassander to see the paths ahead, but I saw what it did to him and vowed never to touch one again after he died. But the gnawing worry of what is coming has become too much for me. Okay. Cassander. The eyes of a Cassander focus the power of the mind, enabling those skilled enough to see the path or paths ahead. These items do not produce a mentic field, as one might expect, but rather the more mysterious selenic. Care should always be taken with any object of prophecy, and these are no different. Many have been seduced or driven mad by the paths shown to them, and have been led to ruin. Okay, so we're looking for something with selenic energy. Before I do that, though, just remembered we have another clue, and I want to see where this is. So these look too squared off. I don't think it can be here. Could it refer... This seems like it would be a little obtuse to find. No, that doesn't... I thought maybe that was it, but... This seems like it makes the most sense because it has more organic shapes. But there's also just so much happening on this map. And I'm like, I also still have this and this that I don't know what to do with yet. This just talks about the bishop desk. Okay, maybe I table this for now. This is finished. Cassandra. Okay, so we're looking for something with Selenic energy that has not been identified yet. And just to confirm, Selenic is a triangle with the big circle at the bottom. So for example, this is Selenic. It has feelings of disquiet lances through my body. Nothing to remark on the sound. Engraved detailing. Stone and gold. And it looks like got some elemental symbols here. We have air and water, I think. Unless it's all four of them. We have one upright, one upside down. Yeah, so it's all four. So it's all the different elements. I think this is a contender. But I know I've got a lot of stuff to look through. This is also Selenic. It has emerald. Emerald. Well, I don't think it's actually malachite. I don't think we have emeralds. The fourth eye, a stone of sight. I think stone of sight would certainly make sense. So I think that one outweighs the other one. And I think that's everything on this side that could fit. Okay, this could also technically fit. We have green gemstones, bronze, nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. This also has nothing to remark. This also has a nice green gemstone in the middle. But this is the only one that has malachite. That I think is jade. This also looks lighter. Let's try this. Yes! There seems to be something, always seems to be something going on, Undermere. The sooner I can get this sorted and be on my way, the better. My uncle gave me a ring, and I have had nothing but bad fortune ever since. I'm starting to think it might be cursed. Is there any way to uncurse it? Yes, but can you tell me what kind of curse it is? Okay. Characterized by necrosis of the flesh, no pain. Those affected appear to be able to breathe normally. They feel as though they're choking. Burning from the inside out. Poison of the mind. Speak of increasingly vivid nightmares, hallucinations. Speech becomes impossible. That's not a lot of information. What about in here? Do we have anything about fortune? No. What about just curse? Okay, we have 3 things. Small tokens such as rings or amulets are cleansed. Okay, so acoustic purifier sounds like it would be good. Let me check the other ones just in case. This is a specific curse. And what about Tormund's Bane? This is or warn about the neck to protect against curses, but it's not a cure. So yeah, we're looking for a Cussic Purifier, which should be labeled, so I just need to find it. Here we go. I have been researching ancient customs, particularly those related to thaumaturgy, and I'm fascinated by the use of objects in ritual ceremonies. If you are able to get your hands on a gris, I would be very interested in studying it further. Alright. What is a gris? For the ritual of the broken path, a gris is heated slowly over flame. To have full effect, it must be held in an ungloved hand until the ritual is complete, no matter how hot it gets. The ritual should not be performed by those who have not studied the Wixic art. It is common to suffer burns, but when done correctly, it should not be painful. Okay. Does that mean it is a Wixic object itself? Heated slowly over a flame. Oops. Okay, so body is a upside down kite with a big circle in the middle. These are all identified. So this could be it, but it's stone, and I don't know that you would need to. Chills my blood to hold it. Weird. Okay, this also nothing to remark. Gives me goosebumps. Okay, so it could be this gives me goosebumps, this or this. To have full effect, it must be held in an ungloved hand until the ritual is complete, no matter how hot it gets. Common to suffer burns, but when done correctly, it should not be painful. Crisscrossed grooves. What was the other one? Oh, this one. This is iron. Stone and wood. It wouldn't really heat wood though, unless it's just the hand. Okay, okay, that one wasn't it. So we are gonna have to roll some dice. Okay, we can complete that one. Oh, I can also keep the snake. Okay, that wasn't so bad. I think the sanity fix is so much easier in this one, at least for me. I remember the last one just felt kind of tedious. Okay, so we were thinking, or I was thinking that it could be this. Or I know there was another thing. At least following the logic that I've been following, which could just be wrong. That is always a possibility. Oh, I didn't even think about this. Well, it can't be this because we're looking for a Gris, and I'm pretty sure that's a Fortnite. So anything that has a red tag probably wouldn't be it. Okay, was there another Wixic one over here? This one. Let's try it. Nope. It's not that. Alright, so this is my last guess, and then I need to take a hint. Alright, which I will do. Not sure I have what I need. I should look through my letters to see what discoveries they lead me to. Okay. There's a note on the castle map that looks like it might be important. Okay. Castle. So it's this. So we need to figure this out. Mars in winter, rising in summer, blessings in spring, rising in autumn. And this is the thing that we have. But when I put Mars in winter, maybe we just need to go in the summer room. Okay. The smells and sounds of cooking greet me as I enter the castle kitchens. I feel a little foolish as I try to avoid the cook's glares while following the clues left to me by a mad old man. What was I thinking? Not going to find anything here. And not on the exact spot where the map leads me, there is something. A floorboard that has been cut and replaced. With a little difficulty, I lift it up and feel around in the cavity below before my fingers grasp something hard. That's a lot of symbols. And what kind? It's on. What kind of energy do you have? You do have the energy that we're looking for. So this could be it, but we have another clue. Blessings in spring, rising in autumn. Maybe we just put this on everything until there's something clickable. So it could be this. We already went to Jupiter though. So it's not that. And I think I already tried. Actually, no, I don't think I did. I'm just gonna guess. Nope, this was a mistake. I am foreseeing that we might end up The grand staircase spirals upward on both sides, flanked by portraits of noble faces with hollow eyes that seem to follow my every step. Okay, nothing bad happened, but that also was not the answer. And that's just gonna lead to the same place. That is a tower, but I'm kind of hesitant to click on it. Maybe it's the library. We were told not to go somewhere. Okay, so tower or library, I think. I'm gonna try the library. Piled up on a reading desk, I find books on ornithology alongside bestiaries of the old world. You can learn a lot about a person from reading the books that they read. Okay, nothing bad happened, but that wasn't it either. I think it was looking at this. The symbols on the map lead me up the winding stair of the North Tower. The pendant has been carefully hidden, but knowing where to look means that it does not take me long, and I'm soon on my way back to the shop with a new trinket to add to our growing collection. Okay. So, we solved both of those. It's this. This is about the Bishop Square, so I don't necessarily know that we need that anymore. And this has Diurnic energy. Just stick that right there. And where'd the other thing go? This is our Gris. Item has soot on its lower half. Ah. There has been a basilisk sighting in the hills across the river from Backbarrow. I wouldn't say I'm a brave man, but I have a duty to protect my livestock and my village. Better me than a younger man with his life ahead of him. I have come to prepare my sword. Okay, I wonder if he wants the same thing that we gave that one time. So let's look for sword. Oh, it's not here. Oh, well, maybe it's... Do not offer protection against the deadly basilisk itself. So it's not going to be that. What did I just click? Basilisk. A blade is drawn across the face of a folium 6 times during the ritual of the Hand of Briar. Drear huntsmen and those wanting to prove themselves perform this ritual before seeking out the basilisk, as the folium blade is the only known way to pierce its thick armor. Across the face of a folium 6 times during the ritual of the Hand of Briar. And of course, nothing else tells us what that is. Okay. This is all of the elements. So probably not that. This is hypnosis. This gives me goosebumps, and it's just cool and made of tin. I kind of don't think that would be it. This doesn't really make sense either. Polished, smooth. Oh, I don't like that. That's weird. Reflect on my own mortality. Okay, so that's not going to be the folium. I mean, this is polished. I don't know that that would be something. Oh, wait, it could be this. Crisscross grooves. Like maybe they had been dragging a sword across it. Yes! Actually, don't remember if it was double L or single L, but let's move on. They've escaped. At first, my patients grew agitated when I used the Gaudian siren, but then I had a breakthrough. Vivian Cartwright woke up. She seemed lucid, even calm. I made a stupid mistake and loosened her restraints. I don't know what happened, whether the siren stopped working or if perhaps it had never worked and she tricked me. But almost immediately she changed back and turned violent. Before I knew it, she had managed to free the others. We tried to stop them, but they fought their way out of the hospital. I have no idea where they're going. Or where they've gone. Oh, ominous. We did not do the map clue because I don't know what to do with it. Almost imperceptibly, the casket began to absorb the crepuscular power that had leached into the stone and the earth of its lightless tomb. Okay, so this looks like catacombs, maybe? Actually, that looks like the clock. Oh, wait, wouldn't we need items for this to do anything? I don't know what to do with that then. it does look like a tomb. Or... this would... maybe it's a number. This would be 9... 15... 15... 5... no, 6. 15... 5, 6... 9? Let me look at the different numbers. We have 1356. Which one's hour? Which one's... I think that's hour, minute, second. Let me check the clock. I just want it to go back to normal. It could be 1569. We only have so many options. Okay, what could it not possibly be? 1688, no. 1781, I don't think so. $1801, no. 1662. This wouldn't make sense for 2. 1356. Unless they don't want us to care about the seconds. But I don't know why they would give us seconds if they don't want us to think about them. 1511, 1692, 1723, 1566, 1456 to 1484. I don't want to just guess. If it's on a tombstone, does that mean this needs to be on a tombstone as opposed to above casket? I'm really stumped. um, and I haven't figured this one out either. No. I will give myself 2 guesses. It looks like it's at 15. Because they're at 5, 6, 9, and that's 15, 30, 45. But then can also be 5, 6, 9. There's also not a way to know, is it slightly above or slightly to the right, etc. I will guess the other 15. No. Okay, I'm gonna put it down for now. Let's just keep going. The Witherance was a terrible idea. I've only gone and made things worse. I wish Eli was back. He'd know what to do. Some years ago now, a friend brought an item to me, a black casket, and I learned that it was a dark article. I should have brought it to Eli right then and there, but I knew he would want to destroy it. I'm a collector of things. It seemed too important to allow it to be destroyed, but I see how naive that was now. This casket is far more dangerous than anything I've come across before. And now I hear they are looking for it with their black eyes. So this whole thing is your fault? Either I need to keep them out of the museum or bring the casket here to Strange Antiquities and hide it in one of its secret places. Oh boy. A dread vivant. Lucky I have it. A dread vivant is the only way to handle some of the more dangerous artifacts. It can siphon power away from oneself for a time. The power rising up off a dread vivant is subtle, but noticeably invigorating. These objects represent the balance of life and death, of good and evil, of hope and despair. And the other item is a lunima. Also called a moon pool or heart of tranquility, harnesses the power of the elements to create an aura of unease that can be used to keep people away from places they are not welcome. There's a superstition among thaumaturges that says that a lunima should not be used when the moon is full. It's not known where this idea came from. Okay. Only way to handle some of the more dangerous artifacts. Balance between life and death. Okay. This is the balance of elements, but not necessarily of life and death. This does have symmetry. What is this obsidian stone for? A stone of fire and fury. So not necessarily life and death. Hypnosis. I doubt that's it. This doesn't actually say anything. And I don't think this is it because I think both of these are just, like, deadly. But let's check. Let's do our due diligence. Oh wait, that was Noctic. A stone of the night and darkness. Those who would be seduced by it. Okay. Stone of death and decay. It grows on iron coffins and waterlogged corpses. And then the one with red. A dark stone for dark purposes. There's nothing good about this one. In other words. unusual. Not hot exactly, but energetic somehow. Can't quite put my finger on it. Item or my own imagination. I do feel like this could be it. An engraved symbol spins freely. I think this could be it. Okay. A dread vivant. Hope that was the right answer. Please tell me you have good news. There's an uneasy quiet in town today. There aren't many people out and about. I'm heading straight home as soon as I'm done with my deliveries. I've recently come into possession of a number of texts on the subject of arcane artifacts. You are welcome to them, if they are of any use to you. If I don't hear from you, then I will donate them to the library across the street. Okay. Well, let's go then. Where is the library? 26? So let's try one of these. Several of the scrolls look promising, but they're written in the Dradic script. My understanding is too rudimentary to make use of them. If Verona was around, I'm sure she could translate them. But she isn't. And I can't. Oh, goodness. There's something that lets us translate. So we can look for, okay, there's no language. Translation. The meaning of the unusual markings on a babelia is not clear. They resemble a mentic field pattern, but the items themselves do not produce a mentic field. They can be used to aid with translation of foreign texts, although they require some skill to make full use of. This ability does not transfer to spoken language. Okay. They, so the object, resembles a mentic field pattern, but it is not mentic itself. So let's remind, mentic is the upside down kite with the big circle on top. Well, that's not mantic, but also this might not be what it's referring to. Ooh, does this look like the mentic symbol? Nope, nope, nope. Okay, so we're looking for kite. This at the top and this at the bottom. That kind of does look like the mentic symbol. Okay, let's try it. The effect of the babelia makes my head spin, and I close my eyes tight for a moment as my mind catches up. The pages swirl and blur in front of me, letters and words floating in and out of focus. After a time, I find that I can read them, though it takes some effort, and I feel drained as I reach the end. Oof. All right. One more item that we have identified. Oh God, I really wonder if Verona's gone. With all that's been happening in Undermere, I picked the worst week possible to lose my Bigot charm. I hope that you have one that I can replace it with. A powerful item that offers hope in times of worry, protection in times of darkness, and wisdom in times of uncertainty. It wields the power of the Maiden, Mother, and Crone, the Wiccan triple goddess. Alrighty. So I know that the Wiccan symbols are at the back. Triple goddess is the 3 moons. So we're looking for something that likely has the 3 moons on it. Like, this has 3 moons, but that's not it. And I fear that I likely do not have the item that we need here. Which means it's one of the clues that I couldn't figure out. Alright, let's confirm. I'm sure I've seen the term triple goddess somewhere before. Yes, I got that part. I think there's a symbol that represents the triple goddess. Okay, I got that, but do I have an object already in my possession that meets that? Because I do not think that I do. I mean, aside from this, but that's an item already. Yeah, I don't see it. There's an items on my shelf that looks like a triple goddess symbol. That's the only thing I see that has the triple goddess symbol. But it's a different item. If there's 2 things for the same item, I'm gonna be real mad. I'm not gonna lie. Because why? Why would you do it that way? Oh, it could be this. Okay. Got it. Oh, your dog! I'm sorry, I did not intend to be away for so long. I trust the shop has not been too much trouble to look after in my absence. I have learned a lot from my time in Oxford. There is a powerful dark article here in Undermere called the Nalian Casket. And now you're telling me that my foolish half-wit of a brother has had it in his museum this whole time? Mm-hmm. I know how to destroy it, but it's not going to be easy. Whatever happens, it must not be opened. We will need to create a pillar of Caloris. From what I gather, such a feat has not been attempted in over 500 years. I just hope there's enough time to prepare. I'm afraid I can't stay, but I'll be back as soon as I can. Where are you going? Okay, at least you, left a note that might, hopefully, help us out. A pillar of Caloris is a powerful blast of energy that can consume the darkness. In my opinion, it is the safest way to destroy powerful dark articles. It can only be produced at a place of significant thaumic convergence. Strength and weakness, light and darkness, align the opposing powers at opposing compass points. With Kraken's light, the strong will be made weak, and the dark will be made light. Okay, so This is marked as complete. Let's see what a Kraken's Light is, if I have it. I do not. Oops. Wrong button. Is it Korkin? Korkin's Light. Okay. So an Ossic ring could be useful. Okay. Korkin's Light. The strong will be made weak and the dark will be made light. Opposing compass points. Okay. I have had my energy drained by some disturbing evil power. For days now I have felt tired and frail, and then today I found something that horrified me. Beneath my bed, I discovered a carved wooden effigy with a strange symbol painted upon it. I don't know who has done this to me, but all I want for now is to lift this feeling of weakness. Alright, so this sounds like a curse. None of these sound like what she's describing. Okay, so it's none of these things. I guess let's try looking for weakness. We also have these. This is for small tokens. This is for a specific curse. And this is for paralysis. So I don't think it's any of these things. Wait, I think I might know. Maybe. Because the witherance is stone. Yeah. Yes! Okay, so we can change the color of this now. I would like a blood beck. The nameless ones are restless. I am ready to hear their voices. It was once thought that these objects could be used to commune with the dead, but it is now widely believed that such a thing is not possible. It is not known where the strange voice that emanate from a blood beck originate, but there are some who believe they are the voices of the nameless gods. Isn't that, like, not something that we would want to give to people? Yeah, I think that's it. We don't hear anything from this. What about this one? No, nothing. Find it unsettling. The eyes seem to pierce my soul. Yeah. think we got something with Korken in the name. Korkena. These are used to call on the guile and wisdom of the goddess Korken. She's the goddess of the earth, creation, and rebirth. It is maintained by some that these are not objects of power, but they exude an opposing aura that is hard to explain. That's Corvin, not Korken. I went to move the casket, but it's gone. What do we do? I heard Eli is back in town, but he hasn't come to see me, and if he's not here, then I don't know where to find him. Oh God, what do we do? You're an idiot. Uh-oh. I wonder if it's real bad that I have not figured out what these two things are. Hopefully they're optional and not super important, because I don't know what to do. Can you give me any hints? No. I was hoping they would give me a hint about these. Is it the island? No, because then what is the yarn supposed to represent? And again, these just are such inorganic shapes that one doesn't make sense. And I don't want to just wildly guess things. I mean, I could try guessing some more of these. Like, I think we guessed... No, we guessed the one in the middle. I don't know. I'm gonna guess until my sanity runs out. I guessed these two. I guessed 50. I guessed 14. It's not that one. This is so stupid. I wish that I just knew what it was that I was supposed to do with this. Yeah, we're tempting fate here. Did that one. Nope. Oh no. This was a mistake. I shouldn't have guessed that one anyway because we've already done that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this isn't where I'm supposed to go at all. But it's the one that makes the most sense. Now I don't even know which ones I've clicked and which ones I haven't. Unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It festered and pulsated until it could no longer be contained. Some part of it reached out from the darkness, creating eyes so that it might find itself, and hands so that it might open itself. The casket wanted to be opened. Alright, here is our last daily clue. A stack of books. I lie below books and scrolls on the esoteric and the arcane. Yeah, I know I've got this pile of clues. Are there any books in here? I don't think so. Okay, let me see if I can find a symbol, what that symbol means. There we go. is not one of these symbols. I mean, this is the library. There are 3 rooms here. I will guess each of these 3 rooms. And if it's none of them... And it is not. Okay. Vaults. Master bedroom. Library. Oh, maybe they mean it's underneath the library. Like, if this is the library, it's in one of the library rooms. I don't even know if this is like the right side. Okay. I don't know. I thought I had an idea here. I think this is outside because this is the tower and that's the hall. So I've guessed all of these and these. Theoretically, it could still be these 2 things. There's nothing to find here. You should not have come here. Okay. Oh, man. These clues have been really tough for me to suss out. Oh my goodness. That took so much staring to figure out like what is below the library on the map. I'm just so bad at spatial visualization. Anyway, as I open the door, I'm hit by the musty smell of damp. This room hasn't been entered for some time. The corner of the room is piled high with scrolls of parchment and old books, but underneath the debris, I find something of interest. All right, let's check the energy. Then I'll give these other 2 clues a go. All right, so this is Selenic. Nope, not that one. This one. All right. I believe both of these last clues are for here. Okay, maybe it's this. Oh, thank goodness. Inhaling deeply from the spirit vault to stave off the madness of the depths, I make my way carefully down crumbling passageways past decaying crypts. Placed carelessly on top of the tomb is a collection of clay pots. Some lie in pieces, but most are whole. At first, the collection seems unremarkable, but one in particular stands out, and I take it back up to the surface to take a closer look. Beautiful. Okay, and I did pull up a hint for the remaining clue. And what I'm gonna do is go back to the clock. I started with the clock first. But I quickly abandoned it and just went directly to the map. But the answer has to be in this clock. Is that it? I think so. I mean, isn't that just the moon phase that it always is? Oh no, it does change. Okay, so it was a half black, half white moon, and I believe the black was on the left side? Like this one? Oh my god, that drove me batty. Apologies to everyone who was like, go back to the clock, go back to the clock, go back to the clock. The air is stifling in the darkness, and the claustrophobia of the tunnels almost overwhelms me, but I press on. I remind myself that there are few who venture down here, which means the chances of an interesting find are higher. It doesn't take long for my search to bear fruit. Okay, I believe this is Mentic. Oops. Wait, is it? Or is that Noctic? Shoot. Okay, let's just grab something else that is Noctic. Well, this is Mentic. Actually, I think that's the body. That's also body. I just need one or the other. Wait, that's also body. Oh no. Why can't I... My brain just can't... At this point, it would have been easier to just redo the thing. We're looking for that. And circle at the bottom. Okay, this is Noctic. Noctic. Big circle at the top, and it's a regular triangle. So I believe it's big circle at the top. Nope, nope. Not at the top. This one. It's very important that I get these right so I don't mess myself up later. Because I remember the last puzzle in Strange Antiquities was a big one. Okay, we haven't identified this one yet. Okay. That one's easy. Okay. Oh, Eli, you're back. Thank goodness. The museum was ransacked last night. I went looking for my brother, but he's nowhere to be found. Why do you two keep missing each other? The good news is they didn't find what they were looking for. I moved the casket myself and hid it here on one of Strange Antiquities' vaults. It's safe for now, but we can't leave it here for long. I have more to prepare, but I've left instructions on how to access the vault in the desk drawer. A candle that gives off no light. Okay, hold on. A candle that gives off no light. An anchor that has never touched the ocean, and a finger, but not of flesh. Is there anything that's just a single finger? I mean, that's a nail. It's not really a finger. Maybe I don't have the last piece yet. But those are definitely what we're looking for. A finger, but not of flesh. Ah! A tree finger. Okay, we know what we need to do. Is that enough? Okay, no, I gotta go through it again. This is so tedious. All right, one more. It's 2, 7, 9. Ooh, spooky box. Ooh, and this is one of those things that's like radiating the energy. So I think this was Noctic. The lake has turned black. As omens go, I'd say that's probably quite a bad one. But the mail won't deliver itself. I found this note in an old writing desk up at Gleeson Castle. I expect it will mean more to you. Fear in autumn, rising in winter. It feels all too prescient as we hurtle towards winter and a terrible, unknowable fate. Okay, so we need symbols. We're looking for fear is a, oh, that's fear. Okay. Fear in autumn. Rising in winter. Wait, is that autumn? This is spring, so yeah. I searched the room at the foot of the western tower quite thoroughly before finding a stash of papers. To my dismay, they are largely the scrawlings of a madman, but in amongst them the nonsense, there is some valuable information. That's a lot of information. It's time to end this, now. Bring the casket to the pit. You're assuming I know how to do this, and I don't. Okay, this is archived. That's finished. The Pillar of Kalaris is a powerful blast of energy that can consume the darkness. And we don't really know what this is. Comes over me, it is both horrifying and yet compelling. And opposing compass points. Imposing aura that is hard to explain. Both horrifying yet compelling. And the symbols on here are kind of similar. Well, which one was the court? I feel like there was another Korkin thing. The Ossik ring. There you go. The serpent goddess. This one. But that doesn't really tell us much with that. Okay. Things that are as of yet unnamed. We have this, which does look kind of compassy. And it's got all these different symbols on it. At the top we have this circle-y thing, or loopy thing. I don't actually see that in here. Oh wait, here it is. Thunder. Fog, hail, lightning, rain, storm, snow, wind. Also gonna try looking at this really quick. No, I think that's like a normal amount. Compared to this, yeah, that's like radiating mentic energy, or noctic energy. Yeah, those are just normal amounts of stuff. Normal amounts of stuff. Okay. What does this do? Normal amounts of stuff. Okay. Hint please. Eli told me to meet him at the pit. Oh, I'm supposed to, like, literally go somewhere? Do you mean in the catacombs? No. No. Bad. I'm definitely going to be rolling dice today. Oh, okay. 20. It's a literal location. The sun is low in the sky as we arrive at the pit, casting a warm light across the treetops and the open fields. A solitary raven cries out from the tree line, and I look to the skies, but they are empty. The pit itself is an ominous sight that the otherwise serene atmosphere can do nothing to diminish. It is a scorched black hole, perhaps 5 meters in diameter, that has an unnatural look to it. This is a site of thaumic convergence. It is no simple thing to destroy an object of this kind. We need to set up opposing powers of opposing compass points, strength and weakness, light and darkness. And finally, we need the light of Korkin to bind them. Okay, this is the big task. They have a lot of thaumic energy. We have something for strength and weakness. Light and darkness. So let's check gemstones. Let's just check everything. Amber is light and fire and life. Bloodstone is dark purposes. It's also Wixic, whereas this is Diurnic. Not sure if that matters, but you know, they're different. Peace and safety, earth and nature, body and mind, sight, protection, fire and fury, night and darkness, so something with onyx, and strength. So pale yellow topaz. This is strength. So something with topaz. It's kind of hard to spot. This just says bronze. I like this music. This hasn't been named yet. This could be that dark energy. I also need something night. Dark stone for dark purposes. Wait, but it could be night. So it could be that, but it could just as easily be something like this or this. This does have that like glittery effect, and it is Noctic. So I'm going to slot that into one of the positions. Amber could be light. So let's look for something with amber that has a strong aura. We have the sun bond. So that could be one thing. We have the St. John's anvil. I think that just makes sense. Okay, then we need strength and weakness. This is strength. But maybe there's, I mean, it could also be because these have the symbols on them. That could be it. And then, I don't know. I don't know if that's the thing. Korkin's light. The strong will be made weak, and the dark will be made light. But we still don't have Corkin's light. Light is a triangle with a circle in the middle. What was this again? I know, I remember looking up those symbols earlier. Triangle, upside down triangle, right side up circle. Heat and cold. There's just one of these items I'm not sure about. I think it's the one in the center. I mean, he made a point to give me that. Okay. Alright, we gotta roll some dice. Gotta roll some dice. So close. Okay. We can do both of these. But what do I need? I need moons and sun, so I can keep the sun. Second sun, both of the moons, we're good. Now I need 3 flies. Okay, we got 2. There you go. Okay. We know what it's not. Oh no, don't tell me I have to put those items back in there. Gosh dang it. Okay. We had the sun. And we had fortunance. We had witherance. And we had the snaky thing. Where are you? Where are you, snakes? Oh, they're down here. Okay. Actually, the sun bond is what we want. Okay, thank goodness. All right. We have plenty of tries now. Okay, another newer thing that we had was that wood with the gem in it, and it's like a bright blue, so it's either water or no, that very much looks like turquoise, so that very much looks like water. So I don't think this is it. Nothing to remark. It's just weathered and polished. Okay, so let's keep thinking. What if it's just an Ossic ring? That's not... But why does it talk about light? With Corkin's light, the strong will be made weak, and the dark will be made light. And the other, the Korkena, used to call on the guile and wisdom of the goddess Korkin. She is the goddess of the earth, creation, and rebirth. It is maintained by some that these are not objects of power, but they exude an opposing aura that is hard to explain. This was just like gives me goosebumps, right? Okay, symbols. Rebirth. Not here. It was rebirth and earth. So earth is an upside down triangle with a line through it. And rebirth is the squiggly. I mean, this is of the earth, and it does have a swirl. This is body. So I have my two guesses, which would be the Ossic ring and a binding seed. Let me look up what a binding seed does again. Because I know we have to bind these objects, but... Mentic and Wixic, the mind and the body. The winding path is described by a spiral encompassing the body seed, the seed. Binding seed is a form of punishment that amplifies... Okay, no. I don't think that's it. Glad I looked that up. Let's just try the Ossic ring. No. Okay, give me a hint. I need to find the items mentioned in Eli's note to create a pillar of Caloris. Do I have the thingy for a pillar of Caloris? No, the pillar of Caloris is just the note. Powerful blast of energy. Okay, like I knew that. Strength. Oh god, this is exactly what happened to me when I was playing Strange Horticulture. Is that I started taking hints because I couldn't think of the last thing, and then it told me everything that I knew already. Like I figured out strength and weakness. I figured out light and darkness. I just don't know what goes in the middle. Oh. Korkin's light. Strong will be made weak. Dark will be made light. Let's just look up light. Oh wait, I saw something that said light. Light of Korkin. Okay, I don't know how I missed this. Despite appearances, these Noctic items have no connection to the League of Amphisian Hearts. The League of, oh, okay, so the two fingers. So it's gonna look similar to this, but it's not this. They are objects of considerable power that can turn darkness to light and fear to joy. Despite appearances. So this is the Amphisian Talon. So it's something that looks kind of like this. Or I'm guessing it has a similar snake imagery. Because maybe that's actually the center. Maybe I need something else in the middle. It is a Noctic item. Selenic. Just confirming. This is Noctic, but I don't know if that's what we're looking for. Is this itself? This is also Noctic, but it's not what we're looking for, and it's not related to what we're looking for either. That's just a witch and moon. I think I tried this already, right? I mean, that's not Noctic. Okay. Not Noctic. I mean, I know I have these. Okay, so it's the diamond big thing at the top. That's Dradic. Okay, so it's inside of the circle, not on top of the circle. I forget, did I try this already? I think I did. I don't know. No. We haven't taken that many hits. I don't remember if I tried this already. No. Okay. You're gonna give me the same hints. I know it's Witherins. I need to find an item that creates light and another that creates darkness. Okay, let's try going through the book for something that creates darkness. Maybe I've got the wrong piece. A shadow hold? Manifestation known as creeping dark. I mean, what if this goes in the middle? And what if the shadow... No. Okay. Light could be the sun bond. Darkness could be the Tenebrin cloak. Okay, let me look up what that is. And hopefully I can figure everything out from here. Create a sphere of enshrouding darkness. Why wasn't that there when I clicked on darkness? So there's one for dark and one for... Okay. That's a little frustrating, but there's nothing I can do about that. Now this could be in the correct spot now. Let me look up that gemstone one more time. A stone of the night and of darkness. There are some who fear it and some who are seduced by it. Oh my god! Okay. Eli inspects my work. His face shows little emotion, but he seems satisfied. By now the sun has finished setting and only a hint of red afterglow remains in the darkening sky. The raven croaks his mournful cry once again, but this time there is a reply, and then another. I look up and see several dark shapes circling above. Quickly, now, they're here. I spin round to follow Eli's gaze, and my pulse quickens as I look out across the field. A large group of shadowy figures is walking steadily towards us. We can't see their faces at this distance in the low light, but I'd be willing to bet that every one of them has pools of midnight for eyes. In the sky above, the ravens continue to grow in number, and their caws and cries get louder and louder. I look down at the black object in my hands. Such a small thing, and yet its seductive power is impossible to ignore. It wants to be opened. Suddenly, it feels inevitable. The casket! Now! But I'm not sure I want to give it to him. Ooh. Okay, I'm guessing this is the casket. What happens with both of these things? We don't have the casket in here. What would happen if I gave him a Wixic cord? A freezing effect in the body. So they would make him be frozen in place. Let's look up casket. Nothing is here. I mean, I'm guessing it's this thing. The wave of intoxicating power washes over me, but I hold strong against it. I hand over the casket, and together we begin activating the items arranged around the pit. Working as fast as we can, it takes longer than we'd like. And when I look up again, the thaumaturge has fear in his eyes. We're too late. The mob is upon us. One of them grabs Eli and tries to wrestle the casket from his hands. I rush across to help him, but it's no use. They are all around us. The man tears the casket free and it clatters to the floor, skittering towards the edge of the pit before coming to rest on the precipice. A gray-haired woman stoops to pick it up, and I'm surprised to find that I recognize her. It's Verona Green, the occult scholar. The mob cheers, but Verona turns towards me, and I'm no longer afraid. Her eyes are ringed with darkness, but they are not black. Oh, so I wonder if my trick earlier worked. Back from the dead. She winks at me and throws the casket into the pit. At the same moment, Eli activates the light of Corkin. Time stands still, and then there's a rush and a roar as a swirling vortex of blue-green light races up out of the pit. The casket is sent soaring up into the sky, where it seems to hang for a moment, turning slowly in the air, until with a shrieking, splintering crash, it shatters into 1,000 pieces. And then there is nothing but smoke and the smell of ozone, and all is quiet. Yay! It has been a few weeks since the casket was destroyed, but I'm still riding high on the elation and relief from that night. Everything seemed to come together right when it needed to, and somehow we avoided a terrible catastrophe. Those who were under the casket's spell were released almost immediately. They remembered nothing from their ordeal, but there seems to be no lingering ill effects, and Dr. Robertson says they have all made a full recovery. It is rare for Eli to express much emotion, but even he congratulated me on my strength and resolve in the face of such darkness. He too felt the allure of the casket and was worried that it would overwhelm me. He told me with a hint of pride that I would make a fine thaumaturge. Okay, catastrophe avoided. The casket has been destroyed and Undermere is safe again. Eli is alive, proud of your abilities as a thaumaturge. Verona Green is alive. She found the strength to resist the casket. Rebecca Rose is alive. She's able to paint again and is enjoying the quiet life. Barton Potter is missing, presumed dead. He went through the tall stone door and was never seen again. Edmund Bishop, alive. He stayed at Castle Gleaston and weathered the storm. Francesca Robertson, alive. She's glad that her patients recovered, but saddened by the ones she could not save. Bonnie Robertson, insane. Her thoughts are scattered after being sliced with a diverging hook. Audrey Bell, deceased, murdered by her own bloodthirsty followers when they saw her weakness. Jack Hungerford, insane. He never recovered after falling deeper into the trance. His mind is forever broken. Thaddeus White, alive. He is ashamed of the part he played. Simone Green, alive and ready for a new challenge. Jupiter, rescued, fully recovered from his catnapping ordeal. You know, I would also love a sequel where our mentor is Simone Green and we're like at the library and we're like sorting through books. That would be fun. Okay, so that was interesting. I still think overall the plot of the first one grabbed me more from like the beginning all the way through. And I actually think that final puzzle was way harder in the first one. But this was fun. I could play a lot of games. If they just kept making more sequels in this universe, I would happily play them. There were a couple puzzles that really tripped me up that I needed hints for. I also can kind of see like where things could go different with another playthrough. I think if I made the opposite choice for Barton, maybe there's a way we could have saved him. I'm really curious about the patient, Robertson's sister, and also the cultist. Both of them either went insane or died in my playthrough, and I'm wondering what choices I could have made that might have kept them around. I'm also kind of curious what happens if we don't save Verona. Like, obviously, I'm really happy that she survived in my playthrough because I love her. She's an icon. But I am curious to see what effect happens if you don't do it. And I'm assuming another one of the endings is you betray Eli and you keep the casket for yourself. And there's also probably another one where you just give in to the cultists. Or not cultists. Well, maybe. The ones who are possessed with the black eye. I guess possession might be a better word for this particular one. You help them out much earlier in the game. Yeah, I think there's potential for very interesting endings, but I always like to do my best to try to get like the good ending, even if it's not the perfect one, because of poor Barton. Okay, let's see what happens in the epilogue.